Hello, and this is Renee. Welcome to your weekly card pull where you choose which card you're going to pull and receive your message from Spirit. We're going to take a second here to get ready. Card. Now, what I want you to do is take several deep breaths, clear your mind, and take a look at the cards that are placed in front of you. At this moment, I just want you to relax and focus on the cards and let the card draw you in that's for your message. Now, some of you might choose one, and some of you might choose more than one. And that's okay. Certainly not a problem. So take your time if you need. If you have chosen card A, here is your message from Spirit. It's by the book. As you'll see, it's a beautiful picture with three different elephants of different sizes. They're all hanging onto each other's tail, and they're following in a line. They're staying together. And basically, what this card represents is, abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or even family customs, universal laws. The universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provide a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and even the law of nature are all only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision behind human understanding. Even revolution has its place in the universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Our laws keep social order and they govern our behavior, reflecting on instinctive understanding that harmony is important. Harmony is really important, especially nowadays with what we've got going on in our own personal lives and including in the world, right? So there's a lot going on. So we sort of need these laws to keep us in order, I guess, so there's some sort of order and also protection. So the laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. Okay, basically, when this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release any resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it'll be easier to go by the book, at this time and date. So make sure that do your best to be on the up and up and just follow these laws, and you'll understand. Now, when we take a look at this as a relationship message, getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of the environment, culture, and experience. I mean, we all go through changes all the time, right? We're constantly changing who we are, our own belief systems, the way that we do things. That includes, your partner, your family members, your friends, anything like that. Anybody. We all go through these different changes. Now, sometimes you just might start noticing something that bothers you a little bit. And it's okay. I mean, we all have the right to be who we are as an individual. And some people have been the way they are for a long time. And we're just starting to notice this, but be fair about it. Don't force change on anybody. Don't be a bully about it. Don't threaten people. You know, come to the point where if you want to see change, change comes from setting an example, right? Change comes from within. So if you expect others to change, find out first what it is within you that needs to be changed first. And, maybe that's what the problem is because, everybody's a reflection of who we are. And sometimes we don't like that reflection. And we see it and we think it's that person when it's really us who, needs to change. So be fair, be understanding, let people be individuals like you want to be an individual, and you'll find that your relationship, whether it be with your spouse, with your partner, with a family member, with a friend, will definitely become within more harmony if you respect that. It was a prosperity message. This card is really good also. It's saying to go ahead, The fruits of your labor are coming to you. You still need to work a little bit, I mean, it's not just going to fall on your lap, but those things that you've longed, for cherished, a skill that you've cultivated or a service that you're called to will come to you if you are willing to go by the book. You don't need to reinvent the wheel to be successful. Follow in the footsteps of others who have already achieved the things you're striving for. You can learn a lot by observing the structures that are already working, but you can also tweak and make the changes that you need to do to make it be successful for you. And it takes commitment to, you know, for this prosperity to be in alignment with the needs of the world, but impatience may tempt you to cut corners to get there more quickly. Stick with what you know works, and you will attract the abundance. Now, as a protection message, now's the time for a real change in consciousness, as you are incited to revolt, challenge the structures, and are limiting authentic progress. It's not enough to just rebel in small ways, okay? Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside the box that you've established order and you may want to reject it. Genius, invention, and transformation, they're rarely comfortable, okay? And less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. It may be time for you to say no to the way of your group, or you might want to take a stand and make real changes. It could be that the structure of your inner world is alerting you that you need to do a complete overhaul. It is time for you to do this, you know, and it's time for transformation. So let go of any fear of change. Your intuition will lead you through the darkness. There is no turning back now. You need to go through this. You can't stop. You can't stagnate. You need to move forward and make these changes that you're being called upon. And like I said, change is a very uncomfortable thing. It's very uncomfortable. Think of the the caterpillar who goes into a cocoon, and it goes through this transformation, breaks out of the cocoon, which is really difficult, but comes out as this absolutely beautiful, stunning butterfly. And here it is, it's gone through this transformation. So it's never easy. But don't be afraid. Go ahead and do this, because you can make it happen. For those of you who chose card B, the card is truth be told. Basically, it means honesty, accepting things at face value, you're coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, and clarity of communication. Something that's really important in today's day and age, right? Communication. A lot of people, um, you know, misconstrue things that are said, whether it be in text because you can't really get into a full conversation, or something online. It's really important to be able to communicate effectively and clearly with other people. So if we take a look at this message, there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, which is subjective, according to the philosophy of the adherent or the believer. It's not a time to debate about which truth is truer. It's a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others. And of course, with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, but peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion. Um, that'll all set you free. You need to be authentic and gloriously flawed, and Spirit will answer with miracles. So make sure that you speak your truth clearly, loudly, but also keep respect for others. Be allowed to be transparent and be honest. You need to be very upfront and honest, not only with yourself and others, which is part of a trust. And when I look at this, and I see the owl, the wise old owl, always alert and looking out for any type of dishonesty, and that's what the owl does. It represents, being alert to dishonesty, whether it be with others or with yourself, people who have ulterior motives. But it's also showing that it's opening the window, allowing hearts and love to come in, as it sits on top of your mind. So, and that's what it's doing. It's sitting on top of your mind, your crown chakra, and you need to allow this in. It's all about thinking and the communication and stuff. If you want good to come in, then you need to be able to be honest about what it is. which leads us into the relationship message. You know, people will tell you who they are rather quickly. If you're willing to listen to what they have to say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about how you are and what it is that you need. No one can do that for you. You need to do that yourself. You know, open communication. Again, communication is very important. You know, misconstruements happen, misunderstandings happen. You can't get emotions in with text, you know, or sometimes with quick messages. You need to have that communication, whether it be with another person, a partner, a family member, a friend, face to face, on the phone, Skype. There's so many ways to communicate with people that are more effective than just sending a text message. Um, but you need to remember that your truth is always based on your personality and your experience to know. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and that you see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. So don't hold back, speak your truth, but also you need to be willing to listen. And that's how change is going to be. And how it's going to happen is that you are going to, be able to trust and be honest with others, and that honesty will come back to you. So be prepared. Now, if we look at this as a prosperity message, are you willing to do whatever it takes to experience the prosperous life you desire? If you want to be an artist, are you making art your priority? If you're a healer, are you setting aside time to learn new things to help serve others or yourself? A writer, you have to write, and a singer has to sing. Being true to your calling is essential to your moving forward. There is another oracle message here, too, if we think about this. It's time to have a good look at the real, honest truth about your thoughts, your feelings, and beliefs about prosperity, about your relationship to money. What are your thoughts about money? Are you always feeling in need? That you're always lacking. When you feel like you're always in need and you're always lacking, you're putting up a block. You're blocking yourself from allowing this money and this prosperity to come back into you. So you need to make sure that your thoughts about money aren't a fear, okay, but that of that you are deserving of abundance, and picture yourself with this abundance and this prosperity coming to you, and that what it is you're working for, that you are worthy, that you are good, and you're working for it, so it's going to happen. you know it's just make sure that it's all meaningful and honest, and ask yourself what is true for you, and you'll find the key to abundance. So make sure that your thoughts and your relationship with money are on the up and up, as far as no fear. No, don't feel that you're lacking. You don't want the lacking, because when you constantly think of the lacking, and that's what's happening and being brought to you. If we look at this as a protection message, where are you being dishonest with yourself or with others? You're unhappy. If you're unhappy in any area of your life, look for the signs of denial. It's nice to be positive. But we're all human. We do have that negativity, about us as far as our thoughts too. But you want to stay positive, but be honest as a positive. Where are you in denial within your life and your outlook in life and where you are? It can pertain to others being misleading to you or withholding or acting out from hidden agendas too. So again, the owl, he's very wise, always watching his surroundings and how others are with them. So it's time now to say no to dishonesty in all forms. Ask for the truth. You got to ask people for the truth. Pay attention, learn. You know, Even if you don't like what you hear, acknowledging it will be the key to a beautiful new future. Where you no longer labor under the heavy burdens of deceit and denial imposed on you. Set yourself free. Nothing is less than truth is required now. So make sure that, again, it comes down to you being honest with yourself and with others, and expecting others to be honest with you. Lift up that veil. Some of you last week chose a card where it said, not as all as it appears, right? Can still be continuing in this week. So make sure that you pay attention. Be like the owl. Check out the surroundings, really watch other people, not just listening to their words, but looking at their actions, their facial expressions, their movements when they're talking to you. The eye contact is very important. Again, this week for you focuses on communication and honesty. So, definitely a good thing and a very strong message here for those. In this week, card C seems to be a big choice for a lot of people. And I just want to state, if you hear any like running around or like a stampede of elephants, I have kittens and they've decided to come to life at this moment, and they're running back and forth here like it's a big speedway with their mother. And so there might be a little bit of even them trying to climb my leg like they're trying to do at this moment. So bear with me in this part of the video if you don't mind. And so, like I said, card C is a really big choice for a lot of people seem to be drawn to this. And what it is the yang. And, you see male hands and you see like this burst of energy and, coming out of these hands and stars. And I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. It's beautiful. And the yang actually represents the male energy of who we are. So we all have male energy and female energy, and we try to keep that balance within each of us. And sometimes the male energy comes out more, and sometimes the female energy comes out more. But right now, they're calling on you to use your male energy. And it represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward, and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now, a lot of times, people say, "Oh, that's the female energy too." Well, no, we're not going to get into that part because the female energy is more of the nurturing type. The male energy is more of an action-based energy. So that's what we're focusing on right now is the male energy. It's the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make a lot of headway. What you want will come to fruition, if you proceed confidently. That's really important, is to have belief in yourself and what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're trying to manifest or bring forward into your life, whether it be changes, project, other people, anything like that. You need to have that belief and that confidence within you that this is going to happen. It represents a new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. And many of us have been going through a lot of obstacles lately. So, it's starting to wind down now. Things are going to smooth out for you. You have a new life, new adventures, new excitement coming into your life at this time. So there's no need to hesitate. You're sharper at this time. We just got done with new moon energy, and a lot of people ask for these changes and to let go of the past and a lot of that stuff. So now is the time to really work with that energy of the new moon and also your male energy of yang. Don't hesitate. The sharper things are sharper now for you, and now is your destiny. So go right ahead. Um, when we take a look at this as a relationship message, circumstances are supporting the action on your part, and they're saying use that male energy, whether you be male or female. Go ahead and take that step forward. Go ahead and make that first move. If you really, really like somebody, and you're just not certain, it's okay to come forward and say, I really like you, um, would you like to go to dinner or can we talk? Or, do you want to go see a movie? Anything like that. Don't be afraid, because when you sit back and don't say anything, right, then you always wonder and then it becomes regret. And who likes regrets, right? So what they're saying is put that male energy forward. Go ahead, step out of your comfort zone and tell somebody that you really care about them, that maybe you want to see a future with them, but you want to give it a try. Ask them out to dinner, anything like that. It's a time. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand too. They'll be upfront and honest with you. And this whole week, all these cards seem to be dealing with honesty, which I think is really awesome. And honest with ourselves and with others. But they're saying here, don't be afraid when it comes to matters with the heart, there is a movement, towards your highest good. So go forth with assurance. Again, confidence. We're talking about confidence and belief of what you deserve. Don't be afraid. Maybe the person is something, you would think that they wouldn't want to be a part of your life or that you don't stand up to their life. You never know until you take that step forward and talk to them and ask them and be honest, and they'll be honest with you. You know, it's not always, a lot of people go based on the internet and everything. People are people when it comes down to it. And we all are one, and we all should be coming from a place of love. So don't put yourself down or give yourself negative thoughts or thoughts of fear. Go ahead and take that move forward. Passion is in the air, and it's time now to dance to the tune of love. So go ahead and take that lead. If we look at prosperity as the message, your projects, partnerships, all the matters relating to your businesses are out of the obstacle phase and onto the make it happen phase. Now is the time of stake your claim and, get things done. No more procrastination. Just do it. You can expect to be busier than usual. This card tells you that you have all the energy and vitality that you need to accomplish your goals. So abundance is waiting for you. Go ahead and claim it. Work for it. Remember, nothing just drops in our lap. We actually have to meet it halfway. We have to work towards that dream, towards that goal. If we look at this as protection, make sure that you're mindful of the tendency toward impulsive action, overconfidence, or aggressive behavior. So that means when somebody is like, don't come from a place of ego, come from a place of love. Ego is, sort of like, kind of like that cocky attitude, and, you know, like you've got it totally going, and, you're not coming from a place of love where you're down to earth and everything else. Just ego is a lower level vibrating energy level. I tell people it's more of arrogance than it is of that of being, down to earth. So make sure you're coming from a place of love. It's very important. Think before you act. You don't want to find yourself in a situation that will lead to an uncomfortable consequences either. So be sure you really want what you're chasing after, because you might be sorry when you get it. And again, this is the protection message. So you need to be honest again with yourself and with others, and the honesty factor. Don't come out of desperation either. You don't want to be desperate, just go ahead and be honest again. The appearance of this card isn't cause for fear. Life is all about learning lessons, practice, temperance, diplomacy, and thoughtful consideration before making a move. So again, when you take a look, a lot of these cards kind of work together, which is really interesting. But make sure that you talk with people, you're honest with people. They can kind of all run together, really, if we think about it. Be on the up and up. That communication is so important. Don't be desperate, like in a love relationship. You want a relationship, people, uh, don't be desperate about it, because when you're desperate for something, for love, for money, anything like that, it's a fear. It's coming from a place of fear. That's coming, you're vibrating on a lower energy level, and that's what you're going to draw into you, is a lower vibrational energy, whether it be people or events or anything like that. So take your time, think things through, be honest with yourself, be honest with others, and keep that communication flowing. It's so very, very important. And just be aware, use that male energy to get where you need to be right now in a fair and honest way. So, I think it's a beautiful card, and hopefully you have found, I hope that you all enjoyed your message from Spirit. Like, again, I said before, whether it be you chose one card or two, maybe all three of them resonated towards you in the beginning, or maybe you're hearing them and saying, "Oh boy, yeah, all three of them," or "Boy, it's two of them right now that really work for me." So take your messages, be blessed, understand what Spirit's trying to say to you, and go ahead and move forward with your week without fear. And lots of communication this week. Good things are coming. Just comes from you too, and within you. This week's deck, I used the Wisdom of the Oracle, and it's by Colette Baron Reed. She's one of my favorites. So I hope you enjoyed the pictures and what each card represents. So have a blessed week. Stop by my website. There's a lot of services on there, lots of information. www.angelic-comfort.com. And we'll catch you next week for another reading. And from Spirit Messages that you will choose your card. Thank you, everybody. Come from a place of love and be blessed. Much love and light to you.